When you lie down in bed, is it hard to find a comfortable position to sleep in? Do you often find it difficult to walk for extended periods of time? How about when you're dancing in the club and all of a sudden it just hurts to move and groove? Do these types of pains happen to you? If so, you might be eligible for... Okay, alright, I'm done. Alright, I'm sorry, this isn't an infomercial. And if you do have back problems, you should probably see a doctor and stop watching this video. But if your back isn't hurting you, then that means you haven't been carrying your ranked games hard enough. And if you would like to carry your games and get yourself into Immortal or Diamond or Radiant or whatever rank you're going for, then bust out your back brace and the painkillers, because today on SkillCapped, we're going over the top 5 agents to carry your ranked games with. Now, before we go any further, as a disclaimer, these are in no particular order, and all of these agents you can carry equally with. And honestly, I believe that you can carry with almost any agent as long as you play them right. But some are going to be easier than others, so I think it's only fair to start with everybody's favorite operator abusing dasher, and that's Jett. The reason why Jett is so easy to carry with is because of her dash ability. I mean, everybody instalks her for a reason, right? It's not just a coincidence. Similar to abilities like Phoenix's ultimate or Reyna's dismiss, Jett has a free get out of jail card every round and every 2 kills, and this is kind of dumb. With this, you're able to put yourself in dangerous or risky situations or to look for kills without having to put yourself in any real danger. And because of how Valorant's complex and intricate leaderboard system works, kills equals skills. Okay, well, that's not entirely true. It's just how you can set yourself up for the easiest amount of kills. And kills can carry, but they obviously don't mean everything. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you're probably going to throw your team's elo. Now, while Jett does have an extra life, that isn't the only reason why she's easy to carry with. When you play any duelist, not just Jett, you're dictating the pace of the offense. You choose when the execute happens, you're the one making space for your team, and you usually are the reason why your team is able to get the bomb down. And without you conducting your offense and telling your teammates what you need, your team is going to have a lot harder time winning the game. Also, I can't talk about Jett without talking about the operator. Yes, it is the best gun in the game. Yes, it's very hard to counter and rank with teammates who don't know what they're doing. So, if you give it enough practice, I suggest you pick up the operator if you plan on using Jett. It can literally win you games. Enemies are going to get so tilted because they don't know how to stop this stupid weapon. They'll just spam in chat, oh, you're an op 1 trick, oh, you're an op 1 trick. Oh, well, you're winning the game, right? And you're probably carrying your team. So who cares? And the reason why she's so good as an operator is because her dash allows you to get out whether or not you miss. And the dash gives you enough time to reset yourself and get ready to repeak and shoot another shot. Or to reposition into a different angle. It's just hard to clear her off. Now, before we get into the rest of the guide, I just want to say that if you're looking for other guides, we have those as well as SkillCapped. Or if you want your VOD reviewed by one of us, we might be able to do that too. We also have Smurf commentaries where Radiant level players talk you through their games and show you how to play in higher ranked games more effectively. Or maybe if you wanted to learn how to run a default, a specific agent, or just how to get better in general, we have specific training courses tailored to all of these things. Not only that, but we have a rank improvement guarantee, so if you don't see your rank improving, you'll get your money back. But there's literally so much value here, I find it hard that you want to improve. If you're looking for the fastest way to climb in Valorant, be sure to check out SkillCapped.com, link in the description below. Now, next, let's talk about the Galaxy Brain controller, and that's Astra. And honestly, before we talk about her, I just want to say that controllers overall are extremely underrated. Controllers make sure executes go smoothly, they can get their teammates out of danger, and are usually the second entries, and without a good controller, your game is basically over. By the way, an interesting fact that I pulled up is that Brimstone has a 50+% win rate in platinum lobbies and above. So maybe you want to bust out that stim beacon and pull out your mollies, you know? People just seem to forget that without good smokes, your executes can get demolished literally from one slightly misplaced smoke. If there's a little crack, you're gonna die. But the special thing about Astra is that she can be anywhere at any time, and she's just better than any of the controllers out there right now. Also, her utility is so good in so many situations. You need a smoke on C site from A site, it can be done in like 3 seconds. You need a gravity well to stop an entire execute from 70 miles away? Sure, why not? How about something on the bomb that stops the enemy from defusing? Yeah, sure, no problem. She can literally do everything for her team. With her team in your composition, the enemy team literally needs to slow down the entire game plan because of how powerful her abilities are. If you go too fast, your entire execute will get demolished. The only bad thing about playing her is that she takes a decent amount of time to get used to. No one really understands how much of an impact she can have on a game because unfortunately, none of her impact shows up on the scoreboard. And it's really disappointing that people aren't rewarded for these non-scoreboard stuffing plays. Also, a lot of people are kind of scared of her astral form for some reason, and they think it's kind of limiting, but honestly, as long as you put yourself in a safe spot before going into it, you should be fine. But like, think about it. With Brimstone, you have to pull out your iPad. With Omen, you have to pull out your dark looking ability thing. You can't see your screen. So what I'm saying is that her Astra form really isn't that big of a deal. So if you want to start carrying on smokes, start getting used to playing Astra. I promise you, you're going to win a lot more games if you start playing her well. Okay, now, there's a reason why almost everybody and their mother insta-locks Reyna. And it's because she gives you literally no responsibility, and you could just turn off your brain and just run at the enemy and kill them. And I'm going to be honest, it's kind of fun. It's really fun. She doesn't have to smoke or flash or arrow or watch flank. As long as she hits her shots and she's doing her job, she can rack up a lot of kills each round. She snowballs out of control the more kills you get, and the more kills you get, the more chance you have at winning the round. But there's a difference between an okay Reyna and a good Reyna, and that's how much she interacts with her team. So like I said, yes, anyone can just run into sight and try to click on their heads, but if you start telling your team to like flash here and drone here, smoke this, throw your grenade here, then you're really carrying your team. Like I said, Reyna gets really good when she starts snowballing out of control, and her flashes can only do so much. So if you can start telling your team what to do and how to set you up for the most amount of kills, your team is just going to roll. And now the difference between a good Reyna and a great Reyna are how she can use her flashes. Reyna's flashes can help her team scale up any site extremely well, and one that comes to mind is Icebox and A site. There's a reason why pros pick her so much on that map. Her flashes make it so you and your team can safely scale up the site, and the nice thing about them is that the enemy has to shoot them or they're just blind. And then when they're shot, that's free information leading to free kills. Honestly, Reyna is just really fun to play, and I didn't even talk about her dismisses and how they're like Jett dashes. She's just so strong for solo play that if you start getting your team involved, your team will literally be hard to stop. So with everybody picking Jett and Reyna so much, you might think to yourself, yeah, surely they have the highest win percentage, right? Well, first off, you're wrong. And I was surprised by this too. The agent with the highest win percentage throughout any rank in Valorant is your favorite Sentinel, Killjoy. Her kit is so good at locking down certain areas of the map, it's just so important to a team. Anybody can peek off her turret and get easy kills, it's just so easy. Stack that with the fact that she basically ruins any execute with her mollies, she's almost a must pick on every map. For some reason, teams just love running it down A, running it down B, and Killjoy is a perfect agent at stopping that. And with her turret, you can set up so many traps with your teammates, and taking engagements against her turret is really awkward because Killjoy can swing it almost any time. Or your teammates can flash off of it, or your Sova can Odin through a wall off of it. It just sets up so many possibilities for your team. So you can't really just spray the turret, you sort of have to burst it down. Especially on pistol rounds, it's almost impossible to kill. All in all, she's just harder for most players to counter, and even after the nerf, she's still awful to deal with. That turret has 150 health. That's like, how do you deal with that on pistol round? On top of all of that, she has one of the best ultimates in the game as it literally gives you a sight for free. So with all that being said, why are her setups so good? And well, that answer is pretty simple. Like I said before, in ranked, people like just to run it down A or B most of the time, and that makes her setup so much better as her utility doesn't really get destroyed. Yes, you can hear and see her alarm bot, but nobody's really paying attention to the ground when you're running into sight. And a Killjoy molly buys your team so much time to rotate over, and if the enemy team decides to run through your mollies, you pretty much get an easy 2 or 3 kills. Having a good Killjoy on your team can easily make or break a defense. So if you do know how to play her well, defense should be a breeze. Now, last but not least, let's talk about arguably the most broken agent in the game, and that's Sova. I mean, a good Sova can literally give you your team wall hacks before entering a site. His drone is like a great value Phoenix ultimate, and when I say that, that's a good thing. Phoenix ultimate is honestly the best ultimate in the game in my opinion, and Sova's drone is basically another one of those that you can trade off of while you're going into site. This one agent can get you so much map control that you're almost throwing by not picking them on certain maps. Like, let's go back to that Icebox example I was using. If you don't have a Sova on your team, it's almost going to be near impossible to clear out A site effectively. Your duelists are going to thank you a ton for any tags you're getting, as whoever you tag is basically dead. They're literally glowing through a wall, you know where they're at. Raze can satchel on top of them, Jett can dash on them, it's just a free kill. And also, for some reason, nobody really knows how to shoot Sova darts. Everybody just dodges them and just tries to stay away from them. And these darts that don't get shot can literally win you rounds. Just wait for a team to enter a site, you shoot it behind them as they're going onto site. I promise you're going to get at least like 4 or 5 tags, and then you just spray through a smoke, and then you just win the round. Sova's utility is just so good that if you do know how to use it correctly, it can just win you games straight up. There's certain god darts that are just impossible to shoot, and they just scan entire sites, and not to mention, his ultimate is a free kill if you pair it up with any of his utility. So if you want to carry with an initiator, give Sova a try. I promise, he's literally overpowered. This was all just one of the guide that we have on our website though. Also, if you want a chance at having your VOD reviewed, be sure to subscribe on our website at SkillCapped.com. We also have tons of Radiant Smurf commentaries where we have Radiant level players walk you through exactly how to play off your teammates, play any agent, and they're super helpful to see in real time what goes through a top tier player's head. As we mentioned before, it's also backed by a rank improvement guarantee, and the reason we do that is because we are just that confident that our service works. And if it doesn't work, then you shouldn't pay. So what are you waiting for? You've got nothing to lose. Head on over to SkillCapped.com and get started on your way to that rank that you deserve. I hope this video inspired you guys on which agent you should be playing if you want to carry. Honestly, all of the agents are pretty good, and unless you're a pro, I wouldn't worry about what agent you're choosing, and just play whatever you like playing, honestly. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel down below. It really does help us out. And that's all for us. I'm Teets, and we here at SkillCapped want to thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.